the North Cat, baby, I'm a boss. Carolina barbecue sauce with the slaw. I'm the safe, the cellar, and the vault. I'm the best, the effect, and the cause. I'm the law.
However, SANHOK has proven to be an interesting arena for a fragging team like Genesis, and maybe they can turn the tides here in the jungle.
You're correct in pointing out the fact that the trend that Genesis do start slow. Even yesterday, I believe they started a little slow, and SANHOK is perhaps the map that they can start to turn it around, but it wasn't until the second SANHOK yesterday that it truly happened for them. They're already back down to, I believe, 6th place once again. They want to get it rolling from the beginning, especially when Riot Squad, one of the teams that are really vying for that PGC qualification, is already going strong.
Absolutely. And looking at Lazarus, another team that is right in prime position to catch Tempo Storm if they can just continue to behave as they have, getting those high kill top placements.
Silver right now and Mystery both flying down, both teams that are trying to get into the top spot for, again, the PGC points. But Ghost right now, they're ready for Riot Squad. McCoy opens up.
Nice shots there on VZ. Often the first man to come in and the first man to go down as he's surprised by McCoy. Another shot coming up from Shrimzy. Beautiful spray on the Leda. That is the raid boss down, as it's going to be now, lots of damage coming on a Protege as well. Ghost seems to have this almost in hand already on the southern side, trying to make their way into the zone. Player One Esports to their north. Another shot looking for Vegas. He's got his eye on Protege behind the rock. Meanwhile, you can see Kickstart arriving. The former, well, I guess he's still technically in Ghost's payroll, but now for this. Oh, Riot Squad is going to have to back away. Yeah, Protege is going to have to give up on this one, it looks like, Cam.
But backing away into Wildcard, into E-United, it's a rough situation for these guys who just secured 3rd place for themselves. Protege hiding behind a sliver of a tree as Ghost continue to spray down his position.
Yeah, I don't think Protege is going to be able to get away from this one. However, Ghost is costing themselves some valuable time as they have been unable to close this down. McCoy looking on the flanks, looking for anyone else who might have gotten away. I imagine he's looking for Mystery as he's just got to make his way to the zone. You can see Player One Esports directly to the right of Ghost Gaming, and Kickstart is waiting in the bushes as well. He's going to steal this kill. Nice little point there. That's a heads-up play from Kickstart.
Do Ghost know that he's there, though? They seem to be distracted by the center of the circle, and this fight against Player One because they got to push into another compound.
Oh, Vegas went down to the zone somehow. I think he took some damage from Zenith, who will clean up the kill, and now McCoy going for the spray. Meanwhile, United, this is the crunch time. You can see how crazy it is on the southern side, and just like that, Ghost Gaming is coming apart at the seams. They spent a lot of time trying to deal with Riot Squad. They're looking for those kills, but now the nades are landing all around. It's going to be Drassel going down to D-Treats, and I think there's only one left standing for Ghost. It's Shrimzy, and Kickstart is walking right towards him, as this is going to be a potential disaster again here for Ghost Gaming.
Shrimzy can get this player. That's another point and another placement, but at this early in the game, that's not going to be much for them. It's a rough situation. They were in such a strong spot, but that fight against Riot Squad, as you said, lasted way too long, and they're getting heavily punished for it. Player One holding down position. Shrimzy does finish out Kickstart. That's going to be a 3rd kill, and hopefully some more meds. But on top of the rock, that might not be too safe to grab.
Well, they did take down Wildcard. They got, I think, actually Riot Squad did survive. Mystery's still out in the blue, trying to find his way in. Ghost has done a lot, I should say, in trying to get those kills. But what did it cost them?
6 first aids. Shrimzy can wait here a while and hope that the teams forget about him. Same story with Mystery. He's pushing in behind the Sonics, and the blue is closing in. It was a hard shift towards the southeast, and there's a lot of teams on the south side. A lot of full teams as well as snakes.
Mystery, I think, has the best survival stats on his squad, so maybe he can try and snake his way to placement points if he's very lucky, as it would be a 0 point finish here if they do go down. Meanwhile, Sonic's battling with Player One Esports. This is all on the southern side. Endemic has not moved an inch out of their Paradise Resort hold, but Envy has gotten it down onto something.
Look at Nerf there in the distance, still holding on that high ground, getting the information, and could third party this engagement. Lampalot trying to turn something back into their favor. They do have priority on the circle, but look how close Sonics have been able to push onto their position. They got to get this team fight won fast because Aguila is still bleeding out.
David does call it out, but he will go down. So you can see how Player One Esports trying to rotate to deal with Tiggleton's flank. Keenan is there to help, and it looks like they have the upper hand. Wooly, prime position, well placed, and he's going to get the finish. And just like that, Player One Esports down, 14th place.
Nerf there helping as well.
What
in the
is
vault.
he doing?
He's rock climbing, man. He is making it's free solo, my dude, and he's making it work. Him on the high ground.
Very nice ledge grabbing there from Nerf. They still have a 2-2. Good vision. They've been in the mix as Genesis. Haven't been too active on the kill feed as actually, well, they do have a couple of kills between them. But, wow, Sonics are starting to stack up kills now on the south side as well. Now they're walking right into Zenith. It's going to be Wooly going down first. Ghost goes down to the zone. Couldn't quite make it in. There's the flush. Wooly going down. And now it's going to be a 4v3 as Sonics try and rebound and take another team fight.
Zenith have been lying in wait on the south side. Hopefully they're able to save up the resources to take this fight against the Sonics, but Sonics seem to be on a roll right now. This is the state in the game that they start to come alive. And they're peeking up towards their position, but Zenith need to worry about the circle. It did hard shift towards the west. A split between Genesis and Envy. We have a couple of teams fighting on the north side that we haven't been paying too much attention to. SSG and Lazarus, those notable names. And look at Crispier taking it to Lazarus. A lot of damage. They tried to pick up the crate, and they get punished.
So Lobes did go 2 for 1 for Lazarus. He doesn't get the second point as Pr0phie's been stolen by Crispier. And this is the prime endemic strategy, which is hope for the zone and try and pick up any kills as they come down around you. Now it's only Civ left on SANHOK here as Nerf has got a line from his hilltop. He's got like a nest up there. He's like a freaking crow. As Nerf is just kind of watching Sonics deal with the remnants of Zenith.
Lazarus do go down in 10th place.
He's looking for kill steals.
Looking for kill steals as well as giving the information to Genesis. Doesn't want to reveal himself just yet, waiting for them to fight. But he hears Balefrost from below. This could be an easy kill if he wants to go for it, if he expects it to be a solo.
He should jump down and snap his neck like it's Assassin's Creed. Just like jump down, just got him. Meanwhile, Sonic's still throwing grenades back and forth at Walt Jr. He was doing the crazy leg. Oh, look at this. He backs off, not going to get any vision. This is going to allow Sonics to close the gap. Walt backs away. Looks like they're trying to stick to res. Roth is actually medding. And now Tiggleton looking for Walt Jr. Going to get the easy upper hand and the quick flush. Patron down as well. And now it's only Roth as Sonics continue to pick up kills. Another one in the tank. And this has got to feel good for Sonics as they're having a real nice game so far. 10 kills.
Walt Jr. was trying to go for the crossfire, but you got to win those fights if you're discovered. Rumblers here, they push it onto this fight, tried to third party this, and I don't know if Sonic's going to be expecting it. A good spray from Los is going to open it up, but what do Sonics do to recover?
Los has been playing this like go and seek and destroy game, but he will get traded by Tiggleton as I imagine they might be able to get the res onto Keenan as no Rumblers have come down to support Los HD. They're not in a position to do so. Keenan will actually go down to the zone, so no res there. 1 point going to Los HD.
Tiggleton waiting for the rest of the Rumblers. But as you pointed out, Los is a fan of being by himself. He trusts the rest of his teammates to be able to hold it down. And he's historically been able to make his way back. That's not going to happen this time around. But they want to go for more high point victories, or at least high point games, because making their way into Paradise Resort is going to be a little risky. Nerf here on the high ground once again.
I love it, man. I'm in on whatever this is. Nerf has got to have like a watchtower set up or something. He's got a campfire as he's been up on these rocks all game long. And it's been Envy being very active around this Paradise area. And they're going to pick up a couple of kills, a couple of points as they're finding a couple of the low-key players. Tiggleton down as well, so that you can quickly see how they're stacking these points up. Another grenade comes out. Moody fishing with dynamite. That player's already dead. I think it was Lobes who found him.
Another opening quiet game by Envy, but they've been holding down center, and they just picked up a fair number of kills by teams forced to push into them. Pr0phie now, though, trying to punish back. Still 4 up for Genesis. Only 3 kills, but the perfect opportunity to start to collect more.
Yeah, I think they've got a lot of space, Cam, on the south side. I mean, Envy, they have a line on them. There's no one else next to them except for Tony, who's just kind of inching his way into the zone. You can see him there. hwinn looking his direction. But hwinn is keeping his head on a swivel, jumping around, making sure no one sneaks up on them. But Genesis has got a lot of time and space as most action is happening around Paradise. By the way, Space Station Gaming 4 strong. They're rotating south. They will trip over Genesis and back away.
They got to force their way in right now. This hilltop that they're approaching, I don't exactly know the vectors, if it's inside the circle too heavily or not. But they retreated away from Paradise Resort. They didn't want to take this fight against Endemic, even though they were able to secure a kill onto them, making it a 4v3 in that engagement. 5 teams left, one solo.
Let's see if Endemic can flex out here, Cam. They've now lost Paradise. They have a little bit of a hold on the southern side if they want to stay in the compound. Now, Endemic does prefer the passive play style, but they have Envy on one side, SSG on the other, and this is frequently where they get into trouble. SSG 4 strong, still a formidable foe.
Pr0phie, lone remaining player by the Sonics, trying to lie in wait, hoping to hide away from everyone else, wanting Genesis and Envy to fight, maybe collect 1 or 2 kills before he is eventually discovered.
Oh, Lobes is headed into Paradise, but he's been spotted by Relo, and that's going to be a couple of kills. Actually, looks like SSG is losing the fight now to Endemic. Crispier will go down to Valiate, and it's going to be, I think, Baja back is in the, or maybe J-Sank. I can't see who's down. No, it is Baja. And Valiate's wide in the open. Wolf taking a lot of zone damage, but he will take down Val before going down to the zone. And it's going to be Baja going for the cleanup. Now SSG's taking a lot of damage, and look who's pressed up. It's Genesis.
Valiate, a noble effort for him to try and force something for SSG, but he does go down, and a final nade from Genesis, and now Envy have to back away because Genesis, they have their eyes on them as well. Pr0phie pushing forward, taking the position they just stole from SSG, and now they have a huge advantage in this fight if Interrogate and Moody do not get revived, and that does not look like to be the case.
I think I just heard an yeah, I think that is I think that's Nerf with the AWM, as Envy's taken a couple of casualties. Pat Cap's been spotted, and all of a sudden Genesis feels like they have a ton of control. It's only Pride and Pat Cap's left. The spot comes out, more damage onto Pat. Let's listen to Genesis.
Knock that guy.
Nice.
Well, they win. Yay! Good job, Genesis. Just like that, 10-kill victory, 20-point game, and Genesis has got to be feeling good.
They played the long game. They only had 3 kills going into the end game, but by doing so, they controlled position. They knew exactly where they needed to hold down in order to keep everyone else out, and just easily just collect the kills, keep sending them in, keep collecting those paychecks as they come flying in a 10-kill victory. Very good for them.
I'm calling for a Nerf interview, by the way. I would love to hear how he managed to stay up on that rock for so long. I think that was honestly at first a meme, but became a critical component of Genesis's control. They had a ton of vision given from Nerf. He was doing damage, picking up kill after kill.